Imagine driving the fastest four-door electric car in the world. 0 to 100 km per hour in just 1.98 seconds with a top speed of 350 km per hour. Now picture paying 35% less than a Tesla Model S Plaid or a staggering 70% less than Porsche Taycan Turbo GT for that experience. Unreal, right? Not really. Meet the Xiaomi SU7 Ultra, the EV sending shockwaves through the automotive world. OEMs like Porsche, Tesla, Mercedes, Audi and BMW are already feeling the pressure, with layoffs announced at certain OEMs, proving that Xiaomi is not just joining the game, they're also rewriting the rules. In this video, I will break down Xiaomi's aggressive pricing strategy, jaw-dropping specs, lightning fast charging, and how it stacks up against the competition. Xiaomi's game-changing pricing strategy. The biggest headline from last month? Xiaomi slashed the SU7 Ultra prices by 35%. When I first saw this, it didn't feel real, but it's turning out to be a strategic masterstroke. When the SU7 Ultra was launched back in October 2024, it was priced around $111,790. But 4 months later, right before the delivery started, they have dropped the prices to $72,000. However, we need to keep one thing in mind. These prices are for China only. Once this car lands in Europe or in the US, the tariffs could push the price to a completely different level, especially with the potential 100% duties in US and around 35% in Europe. But the question remains, why would Xiaomi leave the money on the table? Turns out it was a strategic move. CEO Lei Jun revealed that they initially priced the SU7 Ultra to match the prices of Tesla Model S Plaid. But after receiving huge interest from the Audi, BMW and Mercedes buyers, who typically spend around $68,000 to $82,000, they adjusted the pricing to conquer that market. I cross-checked the prices of these brands in China, and it checks out. Mercedes E-Class starts at $62,000, Audi A6 starts at $59,000, whereas BMW 5 Series starts at $60,000. This strategy worked. Xiaomi hit their 10,000 unit sales target for 2025 before deliveries even started in March 2025. I think that the market share of BMW, Audi and Mercedes will start to shrink in 2025 in China, but Porsche is already feeling the heat. Now let's look at how much pressure Xiaomi has put on the competitors and why automakers are in trouble right now. In 2024, Porsche sales fell by 28% in China, and they are expecting another tough year in 2025. As a result, 1,900 job cuts are planned across 2 German plants, which makes up around 15% of the workforce of these plants. Why? Let's compare the SU7 different versions to Porsche Taycan and Tesla Model S Plaid available in China. Just a remark, all the ranges that I will explain in this video will be CLTC ranges, which is China's cycle. Porsche Taycan rear-wheel drive version starts at $126,000, 408 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 4.8 seconds with a CLTC range of 604 kilometers. Whereas Xiaomi SU7 standard rear-wheel drive version, it starts at $30,000, has 300 horsepower, can accelerate from 0 to 100 in 5.3 seconds with a range of 700 kilometers. Whereas the all-wheel drive version, the first one, Porsche Taycan 4, which is basically all-wheel drive version, it starts at $143,000, has 517 horsepower, 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in 3.9 seconds, and provides 676 kilometers range. In comparison, the Xiaomi SU7 all-wheel drive version, which is the trim max, it starts at $41,200, has 673 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 2.7 seconds, and has 800 kilometers range. And finally, looking at the performance flagships, the top tier, Porsche Taycan Turbo GT. It starts at $275,000, has 1,034 horsepower, can accelerate from 0 to 100 in 2.2 seconds, and provides 636 kilometers range. Tesla Model S Plaid. It starts at $112,500, has 1,020 horsepower, can accelerate from 0 to 100 in 2.3 seconds with a range of 672 kilometers. And now finally Xiaomi SU7 Ultra. It starts at around $73,000, 1,526 horsepower, 0 to 100 in 1.98 seconds with a range of 620 kilometers. Not only on these parameters Xiaomi is dominating them, but once we look at the charging specs, it leaves them in the dust. Here is a charging graph showing power against SoC. Porsche Taycan Turbo GT. It has unbelievable charging peak of 320 kilowatts, with which it can charge from 10 to 80% in 18 minutes. Tesla Model S Plaid. It can charge at a respectable 250 kilowatts, meaning 10 to 80% can charge in a standard 30 minutes. And finally, Xiaomi SU7 Ultra. It can charge at a staggering 473 kilowatts, meaning 10 to 80% can be charged in 11 minutes 43 seconds. Yes, you heard that right. Xiaomi crushes the competition on these metrics and at a fraction of the price. Scaling challenges and the road ahead. With all of these factors, it's no wonder that SU7 has seen such tremendous success. In their first year, they delivered 180,000 SU7s with another 150,000 waiting in the backlog. That is an insane volume for a new EV maker. But we have to keep in mind that it comes with challenges. Production is scaling. They have to ramp up the output while maintaining the quality, and it's not easy. After-sales service, handling repairs, warranty cases and customer support, which is quite difficult for a new player in the automotive sector. We have seen the failure of another EV startup, Fisker, which had no solution for this point. But we have to look at the opportunities. With so many cars in the field, Xiaomi will have access to so much real-time data, which they can use to improve their future versions. But is it all perfect at Xiaomi? Not really. There have been reports of brake failure under extreme conditions, especially on the tracks. One thing we have to keep in mind, it's the first ever car for Xiaomi and they optimize the brakes for road use, where we are also utilizing the regenerative braking. But on the tracks where hard braking happens much more often, this becomes a problem. But Xiaomi has already hinted at producing a limited edition SU7 Ultra, which will not be available at the discounted price of $73,000 but around the original pre-sales price of $111,000. I assume it will be fitted with the carbon fiber hood and it will have much better brakes, probably for the people who would like to take it on the tracks. But we have to give credit where it's due. It's a historic moment for EVs. Big names like Apple tried for years and failed to break into automotive production and EVs. But on the other hand, Xiaomi, they delivered. They stormed in and they might reshape the performance and the prices in the EV landscape. This Xiaomi story of EVs reminds me of Toyota, when they shocked the world with one-of-a-kind Lexus LFA, arguably the best sounding exhaust I've ever heard. Breaking all the stereotypes associated with Toyota and proving that they can make an iconic supercar. I cannot wait to see Xiaomi SU7 Ultra on the road and hopefully get to test drive it. It's exciting to see China pushing the boundaries of EV innovation and forcing legacy OEMs to rethink their strategies. Now the question, would you buy a Xiaomi over a Tesla or Porsche? Let me know in the comments. If you found the video insightful, please like the video, subscribe to my channel for more automotive news and insights. Thank you and take care.